We in India pride ourselves on being a democracy. Here we will try and understand the relation between the ideas of participation in decision making and the need for all democratic government to have the consent of their citizens. It is these elements that together make us a democracy, and this is best expressed in the institution of parliament. In this chapter, we will try to see how the parliament enables citizens of India to participate in decision making and control the government, thus making it the most important symbol of Indian democracy. And the key features of the constitution. Look at this is parliament. Why should people decide? India, as we know, became independent on 15 August 1947. Preceding this was a long and different struggle in which many sections of society participated. People from various backgrounds joined the struggle and they were inspired by the ideas of freedom, equality, equality and participation of decision in making. Under colonial rule, the people had lived in fear of British government and did not agree with many of the decisions that they took. But they faced grave danger if they tried to criticize these decisions. The freedom movement changed this situation. The nationalists began to openly criticize the British government and make demands. As far back as 1885, the Indian National Congress demanded that there be elected members in the legislature with a right to discuss the budget and ask questions. The Government of India Act 1909 allowed for some elected representation. While these early legislation under the British government were in response to the growing demands of the nationalists, they did not allow for all adults to vote nor could people participate in decision making. As you read in chapter 1, the experience of colonial rule as well as the participation of different people in the struggle for freedom left little doubt in the minds of the nationalists that all persons in independent India would be able to participate in making decisions. With the coming of independence, we were going to be citizens of a free country. This did not mean that the government could do what it felt like. It meant that the government had to be sensitive to people's needs, demands. The dreams and aspirations of the freedom struggle were made concrete in the Constitution of Independent India that laid down the principles of universal adult franchises, that is uh, that all adults uh, citizens of the country have the right to vote. The above photo shows a voter reading instructions on how to use an electronic voting machine EVM. EVMs were used throughout in the country for the first time in 2004 general elections. The use of EVMs in 2004 saved around 1,50,000 trees, which would have been cut to produce about 8,000 tons of paper for printing the ballot paper. People and their representatives take the take off point for a democracy is the idea of consent, that is the desire, approval and participation of people. Uh, it is the decision of people that creates a democratic government and decide about its functioning. The basic idea in this kind of democracy is that the individual or the citizen is the most important person and that in principle the government as well as the other public institution need to have the trust of these citizens. How do how does the individual give approval to the government? One way of doing so, as you read, is through elections. People would elect their representatives to the parliament, then one group for from among these elected representatives from the government The parliament, which made up all representatives together, control and guide the government. In this sense, people, through their chosen representatives from the government, and also control it. Look at the picture. The above idea of representation has been an important theme in your class 6 and 7 social and political life textbook. You are familiar with how representatives are chosen at different level of government. Let us recall these ideas by doing the following exercise. Use the term constituency and represent to explain who an MLA is and how the person gets elected. Discuss with your teacher the difference between a state legislative assembly Vidhan Sabha and the parliament Lok Sabha. From the list below, identify the work of a state government and that of central government. The decision of the Indian government to maintain peaceful relations with China. The decision of the Madhya Pradesh government to discontinue board exam in class 8 for all schools under this board. Instructions of a new train connection between Ajmer and Mysore. Introduction of a new 1000 rupee note. Fill in the blanks with the following words: Universal adults franchises MLAs representatives directly. Okay, you have read the most elected members with whether in the panchayat or the Vidhan Sabha or the parliament are elected for a fixed period of 5 years. Why do we have a system where the representatives are elected for a fixed period and not for life? You have read that people participate in other ways and not just through elections to express approval or disapproval of the actions of government. Can you describe three such ways through a small skit? Look at the picture. The first one is the parliament, and the second one is Rajya Sabha, and the third is Lok Sabha. And the member total Rajya Sabha is 245, and in Lok Sabha 545. The role of the parliament. Created after 1947, the Indian Parliament is an expression of the faith that the people of India have in principle of democracy. These are participation by people in the decision making process and government by consent. The parliament in our system has immense power because it is representative of the people. Elections to the parliament are held in a similar manner as they are for the state legislature. The Lok Sabha is usually elected once every 5 years. The country is divided into numerous constituencies as shown in the map of page 41. Each of these constituencies elect one person to the parliament. The candidates who contest elections usually belongs to different political parties. With the help of the table below, let us understand MPs. These MPs together make up the parliament. Once elections to the parliament have taken place, the parliament needs to perform the following functions. Look at the picture. Rules of the 15th Lok Sabha elections, May 2009. Political party, number of MPs. You can see it. National parties, okay, and the state parties, regional parties. We can say it. Okay, look at this picture. Grand total 543. Okay, and A, to select the national government. Parliament of India consists of the President, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. After the Lok Sabha elections, a list is prepared showing how many MPs belongs to the each political party. For a political party to from the government, they must have a majority of elected MPs. Since there are 543 elected plus 2 Anglo-Indian nominated members in Lok Sabha, to have a majority, a party should have at least half the numbers, that is 272 members or more. The opposition in parliament is formed by all political parties that are not part of the majority party. Coalitions formed. The largest among these parties is called opposition party. One of the most important functions of the Lok Sabha is select the executive. The executive, as you read in chapter 1, is a group of persons who work together to implement the laws made by the parliament. This executive is often what we have in mind when we use the term government. The Prime Minister of India is the leader of the ruling party in the Lok Sabha. From the MPs who belongs to her party, the Prime Minister select minister to work with her to implement his decision. These ministers then take the charge of different areas of government functioning like health, education, finance, etc. Often in times in the recent past, it has been difficult for a single political party to get the majority that is required from the government. Then they join together with different political parties who are interested in similar concerns of form what is known as a coalition government. Look at the picture. Two buildings. Okay. The Rajya Sabha functions primarily as the representative of the state of the India and in the parliament. The Rajya Sabha can also initiate legislation and a bill is required to pass through the Rajya Sabha in order to become a law. It therefore has an important role of reviewing and altering if alterations are needed. The laws initiated by the Lok Sabha, the members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected member of the legislative assemblies of various states. There are 233 elected members plus 12 members nominated by the president to control, guide, and inform the government. The parliament, while in session, begins with a question hour. The question hour is an important mechanism through which MPs can elicit information about the working of the government. This is a very important way through which the parliament controls the executive. By asking questions, the government is altered to its shortcomings and also comes to know the opinion of the people through their representative in the parliament. That is, the MPs asking questions of the government is a crucial task for every MPs. The opposition parties play a critical role in the healthy functions of a democracy. They highlighted drawbacks in various policies and programs of the government and mobiles popular support for their own policies. The following is an example of a questions asked in parliament. Look at it carefully. Okay. In the web you can ask the question and in below you can find the answer. Okay. The government gets valuable feedback and it's kept on its toes by the questions asked by the MPs. In addition, in all matters dealing with finances and the parliament approval is crucial for the government. This is one of the several ways in which the parliament controls, guides and inform the government. The MPs, as representative of the people, have a central role in controlling, guiding, and informing Parliament, and this is a key aspect of the functioning of Indian democracy. Lawmaking. Lawmaking is a significant function of Parliament. We shall read about this in the next chapter. Who are the people in Parliament? Parliament now has more and more people from different backgrounds. For example, there are more rural members as also members from many regional parties, groups, and peoples that were till now unrepresentative are beginning to get elected to parliament. There has also been an increase in political participation from the Dalit and backward classes. Let us look at the following table that shows the percentage of the population who voted in Lok Sabha election in different ways. Years. Look at the picture. It has been observed that the representative democracy cannot be produce a perfect reflection of society. There is a realization that when interest and experience separate us, it is important to ensure that communities that have been historically marginalized are given adequate representation. With this in mind, some seats are reserved in Parliament for SC/STs. This has been done so that the MPs elect from these constituencies will be familiar with and can represent Dalit and Adivasi interest in Parliament. Similarly, it